Here's Marco Rubio.
Oh,
no. Is that him in the middle?
It's him in the middle in front of the O.
Oh, you go.
We got a little nip there. He's looking kind of buff.
He is buff.
He's a little buff.
Smiley.
Marco Rubio in 1989. Yeah, at South Miami Senior High, they had an annual contest known as King Cobra, which was kind of a flipped beauty pageant. They didn't win. So I guess he's gearing up for, so the first of many of those
yes, if
losses.
first you don't succeed at the talent project, then yes, by all means, run for president.
Yeah. I'm not really sure that's the end of the story. I'm not really sure what else to say about this.
Well, I just think it's going to be a long presidential campaign season. Really long.
Are people going to vote for Marco Rubio?
Oh, I'm sure there are people that will. I mean, there's
like a small percentage. Like, are there a lot of people that are interested in this man leading the country?
Well, enough people voted for him to make him a senator in Florida. So,
but that's Florida.
I know, but then a lot of folks be like, oh, let's vote for the guy from Florida, or let's go for the guy who's got the Cuban ancestry, or let's vote for the guy who says all the things that we want to hear him say because we're paying him money to say that, stuff like that.
So a lot of people thought Mitt Romney lost and John McCain lost because they lost Hispanics, right? So that was Marco Rubio's thing. He was going to attract Hispanics because he's from Cuba, and that's why he pushed through an immigration reform bill that passed in the Senate. Of course, it died in the House, and then the Tea Party base went crazy on him because he's trying to help an immigration bill go through, which they don't want. Right? So that's screwed. So that's what made him look like he could be a contender, because they knew they had to get Latinos or Hispanics to vote for Republicans in order for them to win. If Hispanics don't vote for them, they're not going to win the presidency. So that's why he thought he had a chance. And that's why he pushed through the immigration reform. And now he's screwed because he pushed through the immigration reform.
Yeah, it's a dangerous strategy to be, obviously, all politicians, as we know, are not very authentic, but it's a very dangerous strategy to make overt decisions that are political decisions that people are going to see right through and alienate your base in doing so. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that instead of gathering up all these voters through these different ideas, people are just going to see through it. And I mean, fuck Marco Rubio.
Rubio.
As a person of science, this guy scares the living shit out of me.
I'm with you. The fact that people give him kudos, like, oh, he's a very attractive candidate, he's young, he's vibrant, he's got a lot of good ideas, he's a good speaker.
No, he's
that
not.
Guy?
The water guy.
I know.
The
bar is so low. That guy is, Richard Nixon would say, that guy is thinner than piss on a rock. It is unbelievable. Marco Rubio. I mean, it's really the stuff that what we're left with as a choice. But look, what do the Democrats have? We're left with Hillary Clinton, and that's it. We don't have a choice.
Well, there's still a year and a half left, so there is a chance, not a very big one, I think, but a chance that another Democratic challenger would enter the race, But go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, if I were a Republican, I'd rather have Hillary Clinton than Marco Rubio.
Yes.
Well, when you
He's
look at
so scary.
Yes.
I know. And from a science perspective, we reported this on the Green News Report. Back in 2007, when he was actually running for the Senate in Florida for the Senate seat, he said, hey, climate change, we have to deal with this. Global emissions caps are coming. That's a reference to the climate treaty that's coming up for the UN in December. There will be global emissions caps. And, Florida could be the state that leads the country in clean energy because we have so much sunshine. So he made a big point for actually accepting the science of climate change and accepting that, hey, this is a great economic opportunity for the United States to lead the world in the clean energy race. And then now he has said in a number of times over the last couple of years that, oh, he doesn't agree with the science, and oh, maybe humans aren't really causing it, and we don't know, and this is all inconclusive. So he's flip-flopped, and yet it's as if he doesn't realize, there's video on all of this. We know that we can look back and see your record and see where you just blatantly flip-flopped on something.
But it also just makes him seem like such a puppet, because it's like, he doesn't think any of this. He doesn't believe any of this.
Yes.
He doesn't think global warming is real or that it's a hoax. He thinks what his advisors tell him to think. I mean, I remember doing a story back when I was at HuffPost about how he backpedaled about the age of the Earth. Yeah. He was like, I'm not a scientist. I hate it. I don't, 6,000, I don't, maybe.
Who can really say?
Are you kidding me?
Can you breathe underwater? I'm not a doctor.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And it's, and going back to that, I'm not a scientist, that line that politicians love to use all the time, it just infuriates me so much, because are they veterans? Are they
doctors?
War generals? Are they physicians? Are they environmentalists? Because they seem to have an opinion
on
about
everything.
all of those things. And they seem to be able to say, as a politician, as a leader, as a legislator, whatever you are, it's my job to know about these things and to make decisions and make sure that I'm taking care of the electorate. But I'm not a scientist.
Or better yet, consult somebody who is a scientist. You know, we do pay a lot
lots
of
of
really
them.
good, awesome scientists, you know, like NASA and stuff.
And like also, you don't really need to consult a scientist to know how old the Earth is. You could consult like a third grader.
There you
You'd be
go.
fine.